We're going to begin with Acts chapter 9, verses 1 and 2. But Saul, still breathing threats and murder against the disciples of the Lord, went to the high priest and asked for letters to the synagogues at Damascus, so that he found any belonging to the way, men or women, he might bring them back bound to Jerusalem. The last time we saw Saul was in Acts 8:3, where it says that he made havoc of the church, entering every house, dragging off men and women, committing them to prison. He continued to expand this work to the city of Damascus, about 130 miles away. It's actually a Gentile city, and so it's a 6-day journey to get there. And he says that they said he's breathing threats and murder against the disciples of the Lord. This pictures of an angry, violent man, absolutely convinced of his own righteousness. Saul hated the disciples of the Lord. He wasn't seeking Jesus when Jesus sought him. We might say Saul was decided against Jesus, and when Jesus decided for Saul. So, here's Saul going out on a mission he believed was from God, and God's going to tell him no. Went to the high priest. Saul did his persecuting under the direct approval of the highest religious authorities. Not all religious authorities are good. He asked and received letters from the high priest authorizing his mission. He had to carry out murder. Still breathing threats and murder. Even after Saul became a Christian, he remembered his days as a persecutor. In Philippians 3, he mentioned of this in the background, saying, he was circumcised on the 8th day, of the stock of Israel, the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of the Hebrews, concerning the law of Pharisee. So he was married between the ages of 30 and 40 to be a Pharisee. Concerning zeal, persecuting the church. Concerning righteousness, which is in the law, blameless. Self-righteous. In Galatians 1:13 and 14, Paul added more regarding his background. For you have heard of my former conduct in Judaism, how I persecuted the church of God beyond measure, tried to destroy it. And I advanced Judaism beyond many of my contemporaries in my own nation, being exceedingly zealous for the traditions of my fathers. And he was here that he was looking at Christianity. It was called the Way, and it's the early name for the Christians. It's used about 5 times in the book of Acts. And the name Way means that Christianity is more than just a belief or a set of opinions or doctrines. It is following the way that Jesus intended for us to follow.